Okay, now we're on to the dogs. Hopefully the audio actually works now. Seriously, it's like every time I record this, it's like a gamble. It's just a complete guess on whether I'll be able to be heard, whether or not the audio will just work properly. And since I'm doing a walkthrough, I don't exactly have the luxury of just testing it over and over again. That's what makes this really painstaking. So it actually is distracting from being able to properly show you how to do all this. But yeah, you definitely for this part want to have your XP up at least a decent amount. But me, I'm just going to go in with the bubbler and try to, because they break projectiles so well, it makes this part a lot easier. This is normally one of the hardest areas, just sheerly frustrating. But with all these around you, it makes this part a breeze, as I said earlier, one of the other videos. And I'm going to start with the hardest dog to find because in the long run, that makes it just much easier. And it gives us the most lay of the land as well. So over here, well here, since I'm closest to it, you're gonna want to do this dog first. And this one, he just goes in there, right? So you have to follow him. He's up there. Now this lady has, you've heard of a crazy cat lady. Well, this is the crazy dog lady. She just has a lot of dogs. I can't exactly figure out why. Who needs that many dogs? That's my question. It's actually suspicious. She probably owns a Chinese restaurant. And so, it's suspicious because I'll point it out later when the time actually comes, but whenever you go and give her four of the dogs, you come back and four of the dogs are gone when you bring the last one. So she's obviously, they're going somewhere. I'm not going to say where. I'm not going to say what. It's not a spoiler to the plot. Nothing like that. Though if you're in this, if you're playing this, you really probably don't care about the plot. You probably know the plot to some degree. Maybe not every detail. It's worth experiencing for yourself. And you'll probably be learning the plot as you play it. So yeah, that's my whole PSA on spoilers there. But I assume that this old lady probably isn't just, she just doesn't have a bunch of dogs for no reason. Like, yeah, I get she's probably lonely or something. That's a reasonable assumption, but I think it would make a lot more sense. Just hear me out on this. There's not a lot to eat in the desert, right? But dogs, they like breed like no other. They can eat like anything, so they can just keep reproducing. I think, and don't get me wrong on this, I think that she is cooking these dogs. And so this guy jumps down here, and he's probably the oven. You know, just saying, that oven over there doesn't have a flame in it. If it has a flame in here later, I just consider me proven right. Oh, yeah, and so they kind of know each other, so that's a thing. I'm not gonna spoil anything other than that. Jenka's an important character, uh, by her relation to another character who's kind of, actually, I'll just spoil it. YOLO. Uh, Jenka is the sister of the professor guy who's like, evil wizards scientist Hitler, you know? I'll go for one that's a little bit more achievable actually. I said I was gonna go and try to collect all the hardest ones first. I'm collecting like the second hardest ones, the two that give people the most difficulty. But one is just so far away that it just is like it's uh you see all these enemies around makes it pretty difficult. You'd want to clear them all out first. I'm rushing myself. So you just got to take like a dead run all the way. And I don't even, care about damage right now. I'll heal up later. There's those skeleton things out there. I'm hoping I can fit all this into one video. But, because you can't just skip past the cutscenes. It would be nice. I would love to skip past the cutscenes. I would be able to fit everything into like one video, The cutscenes take up like 30% of it. And that was not a real statistic. So don't be all like, oh, it wasn't a real statistic. I don't know how people are these days. Back in my day, we didn't care about statistics. We cared about autistics. Okay, that was a not meant to be as offensive as it was. Well, I'm doing a really bad job at doing the whole PG thing. I might actually just have to let loose and just not care. Hopefully though, I can get these birds all out of my way. And by the way, you want to be like a lot more careful than I'm being right now. I've had a long day, okay? That jump is not easy to make. I made it look really easy cuz I'm like a boss, but it's not easy to make. Alright. And you're forced to jump all the way up here like this. Because if you had the machine gun, you could just fly past all this and not care. That's why this game sometimes just gets on my nerves. I mean, that's also why I love it. It's not easy. But it's like, I've been trying to keep my weapons at least at level 2. And that bubbler's already at level 1. It's basically useless at level 1. You might as well not use it. Like, I actually don't think there's a reason to use it. But once it's at level 2 or 3, it's it's like a good replacement for the machine gun. I hate these birds though. They're some of the most annoying enemies in any game. Like, see? You see that? Yeah, I kind of got stuck in there for a minute. I'm probably gonna have to stop it and go to the next part. Well, all right. Yeah.